Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another video. And yeah, sorry to kind of hit you with the cold shoulder, but yeah, today this is going to be another kind of sort of serious video, right? This isn't really going to be your typical kind of, hey, what type of toy related video you're going to talk about today, right? Now, as some of you guys know, once in a while, I do talk about some serious stuff on this channel, not because I'm trying to chase a trend or anything like that. I promise that's not what I'm trying to do. I just like to give my opinions on certain things and all that. And I don't think that's a bad thing, of course. I think it's good to an extent that you talk about, some important stuff and about like, what's going on in the world, with all the weird stuff and all. And it doesn't even have to go to that extent. It could be like maybe some internet stuff if you wanted to, right? Now, when I mean by the person in question, right? No, I'm not talking about the whole Act Man and Quantum TV drama. That's not what I'm going to talk about today. We're actually going to be talking about a guy named EDP445, who used to be a very, very popular YouTuber. He's actually been around the platform for years and had millions of subscribers until he shot himself in the foot by basically meeting up with someone who he thought was a 13-year-old girl, and wanted to basically select a minor for sex, but then got caught, and 4K. And yeah, for those of you who are not into the whole memes, of course, that's where the whole 4K thing kind of came from. That's the whole caught in 4K. That's where the meme started, and then the whole cupcake meme as well. We'll get into that in a bit, right? So before I continue more further, of course, I had to kind of go back a little bit with the whole talking about this type of stuff and all. Now, even though we talk a lot about action figures and games and all that on this channel, once in a while, the reason why I talk about these serious videos, like these serious like issues that people have all over on the internet, it's because, well, once in a while, we have to kind of admit it. As much as we want to kind of escape from the reality a little bit and just kind of be in our own little shelter, right? Once in a while, we do have to understand that there is a world out there full of weird stuff going on. And yeah, while that does gives us more of a reason to want to enjoy our stuff a little bit more, sometimes there's certain things that are just unavoidable. Let's be real here. I mean, a lot of the YouTubers I watch, they covered this guy, they talked about it and all, same goes for the people I watch, and it's like, wow, and they do videos that aren't even related to YouTube drama. It's just a shock, honestly, because you don't expect someone with that many subscribers and all that to do something so heinous and then try so hard to keep coming back into the platform, because yes, he's been banned from pretty much every social media website you could think of too. Like he tried to have an account on Instagram. We'll talk about that, on TikTok too. Eventually, he did got banned on that as well. But I think I'm going a little bit far ahead, right? Let's talk about who is this guy, right? Before I really kind of dive deep into some of the nasty stuff, right? Because yes, this is like a rabbit hole. This is basically like an iceberg. We start from like from greatness to just falling down from the land of heaven and into hell. Basically, that's the type of thing That's how I could describe this whole issue. Honestly, though, this did not need to be this ridiculous, honestly. So without further ado, let me explain what happened, right? Who is this guy? EDP. Now, pardon my French, okay? EDP stands for Eat That Pussy 445. Yes, I'm not joking. That's actually what it stands for. Eat That Pussy. I know that's kind of an EDP thing to do, right? Now, he spent most of his channel talking about like the Eagles and all that. He's a big, huge fan of it. Now, I don't know much about sports, okay? So I can't really go over every single video he talks about with the Eagles, but that's kind of what he's known for. He's like a big, huge fan. He'll rant if the team, loses and whatever, but it's his outburst that kind of like made him sort of popular. He was very vulgar, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, obviously, as long as you're not a terrible person, which, talk about foreshadowing, you know what I mean? I mean, a lot of the crazy, the stuff that he acts, like, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. The stuff that he acts, I'm sorry. Usually when I don't do videos like these for a while, I mess up my words a little bit, so I do apologize. But what I'm trying to say is he's a pretty bizarre guy, basically, right? Like I mean, it's not on YouTube. I mean, they're not on YouTube no more. His channel got deleted. But at one point, he even made like a rant video where he basically, I think he took like the Eagles like shirt or whatever. He took something, or maybe it was from another team. I don't remember exactly, but then he like legit took down his pants and started like rubbing it all over his ass. And obviously, YouTube, understandably though, that does kind of count as nudity because he did show his ass. So yeah, that pretty much explains what type of person he is with his content. So, like I say, as long as he's not a bad person, right? But like I say, after what went down, I'm pretty sure it was about a year ago, if I remember correctly. But this was definitely like was it? No, this actually, it was this whole situation. This didn't happen like a year ago, I believe. I think it happened like, was it 20? No, I don't think so. Was it 2020 or 2021? I don't remember honestly. It's a lot of stuff, to kind of go over. So I'm trying to explain them as easily as I can. So I do apologize if I leave some things out. But just hear me out, right? So how do we got to where we are with his situation, right? So he's kind of been known for talking to minors, obviously, which is a big no-no. Obviously you shouldn't really be doing that, especially if you're a grown-ass man. That's just weird. But, he tries to look at it as just talking to his fans, and okay, fine, maybe once in a while, if you got someone that pops up saying, hey, I love your content, and obviously that goes for YouTube too. You never really know, like, how old your audience is anyway, and the analytics in your YouTube studios, obviously they lie, they don't tell you the truth. Of course they're not going to tell you how old the person is properly. People lie about their age, right? That's how they get through to videos that are age restricted, because obviously if they detect that you're under the age of 18, obviously they're not going to let you watch those type of videos. Whatever they may be, I don't know. YouTube is kind of weird like that too, but we're not ranting about YouTube, we're ranting about EDP, right? So what happened is that one day, so he's been texting this minor who he thought was 13, right? And you know the drill. It's like the whole Chris Hansen to catch a predator thing. They talk to the person, says some nasty stuff, send some pics. And next thing you know, they ask if they want to meet up, and then that's pretty much what ended up happening too. But now this I have to mention because this is utterly disgusting, but just why? Just questionable. He like legit sent a picture of like his own shit to the person, which I think he says something like he ate like a greasy pizza or something like that, and then it's like, and obviously that's just weird. Why would you want to send that to someone who's technically a minor? I say technically because at the end, eventually, it was actually a sting operation by another YouTuber named Chet Goldstein, basically. That's kind of how this whole thing spiraled, right? One day, he finally decided to go and meet up with this minor, and he runs into Chet Goldstein, like Chris Hansen style, basically, and then he was like, nah, I'm not here to solicit a minor. I'm just here for a cupcake, right? Like he legit says, like, "Oh no, I'm just here for a cupcake," so something like that. That's kind of where the whole cupcake meme started too. We got like a double meme thing going on, so it's like basically people be like, as long as cupcakes are around, so is him. So it's like that's kind of. I'm glad people try to make at least some sort of a joke behind this whole awful situation, but still, memes that tend to die. So some of this stuff might not age well because yeah, back to the whole Chet Goldstein thing, right? So it was a sting operation. The person he was talking to wasn't actually a minor. It was actually someone pretending to be, which is a very, very Chris Hansen thing to do, so it makes sense. And yeah, they wanted to expose him basically for basically wanting to do it with a minor, which is obviously disgusting, and that's some pedo shit right there. Obviously, let's be honest here. That is a no-go. And the video was like an hour or so. Basically, it was like, oh, call the cops, right? Yeah, call the cops, and he's like, and he's over here like, no, please don't do this, and it's like, it's so funny too, because it's like you got like this grown man, and he's always like with his mannerisms, with like the way that he reacts in his videos, though he's always been like this crazy guy that everybody knows. But then it's like you see him cry like that, and it's like this shit's real. Like it's not staged or anything. It's not fake. That's the other thing I forgot to mention too. This is all actually real. This was not played out. This didn't turn out to be fake. This actually turned out to be an actual real situation with this guy. So it's like, wow, you know. And that's not to say that we didn't see it coming, because he had that, you know, that thing in the past where he's basically talked to minors before, you know, saying some pretty weird shit, which I'm not going to say on here because I don't want this video getting taken down. So that's also another reason why I'm leaving some things out, because it does go a lot more further than just him sending a picture of his shit in the toilet. You know, no, it goes a lot further than that. So it's like, yeah. So you're probably thinking, right? Okay, there'll be some justice, right? Now you got this YouTuber that's been exposed, right? Well, no, that did not happen, right? Yeah, he never got charged for it. Basically, though, he basically got away with it. You know, obviously, like I say, he didn't actually end up meeting the minor or whatever. You know, he didn't actually went through his action. He got caught. You know, and it's like the whole world saw what he was doing. So it's like, okay, there you go. He should be screwed, right? That's like a hashtag cancel type situation, right? But no, right? What happened? Well, the thing with Chet Goldstein too is he did a good thing by exposing what EDP did, but on top of that, he's not a good person either. He's actually a really horrible, shitty person. Actually, he videos started surfacing where he's pretty racist, kind of. You know, I don't know. He's pretty open to saying the N word, basically, though. I mean, he kind of makes fun and makes jokes about it, but it's like they're in very, very poor taste, where you can't really call it dark humor, though. It's just, okay, that's pretty unnecessary. And same goes for like a lot of jokes, too, that he makes. He's kind of, I mean, I don't want to say he's a weirdo, but nah, who am I kidding? Yeah, he's kind of a weirdo basically, but he's not a good person either. So the other thing too with this operation that he started too, the reason why that EDP couldn't be charged with what he did was because the evidence was not really, it wasn't handled properly. Obviously, it was very, very amateurish to say, because a lot of the juries will tell you that they can't really just go by YouTube footage, even though yes, that is proof, you know, that he did all that and everything, and they got the transcripts, you know. That's still not enough to really make a whole case out of it and actually put him in jail, you know. In fact, he will have to do that on his own. And a lot of people say that on the internet. They're like, you know, if he really, really wanted to stop getting all this hate, he should just turn himself in. So yeah, you know, that makes much more sense. But obviously, we don't live in a perfect world. That doesn't end up happening. What actually does end up happening is that, well, the difference between the Chet Goldstein operation and Chris Hansen is Chris Hansen, he's more professional, obviously. And for those of you who don't know who he is, basically he had a show called To Catch a Predator, and it was the same thing. Basically, they would catch grown men wanting to solicit sex with a minor. You know, they go into conversations and all that, very disgusting, grotesque type stuff, right? But then there's also a police investigation behind that. So after, you know, basically the way that it's like a setup, basically. That's what it is. The person goes into the house thinking they're going to meet up with the minor, but no, they meet Chris Hansen at the conversation, or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just walk away and be like, "No, sorry, I gotta go." You know, sometimes that does end up happening. And then the funny thing is that after that, they pretty much get caught by the police anyway. And then the next thing you know, yeah, you look in their cars, they got some stuff. You know, they got like literally like one dude wanted to like tie a rope to this chick and all, and it's like. Oh, like the fact that people had that in their minds, honestly, though, it's utterly disgusting. So it makes sense that why they will want to get rid of EDP, especially with what he did, you know. But like I said before, Chris Hansen's operations, that's more of a professional level. They got a lot more going on with that. It's not just about that he's a big name or anything like that. It doesn't go like that. It's the way that they set up their operation and everything. You know, you had to kind of take into accountability of like what they were doing. Not to mention with Chet Goldstein too, because he's kind of known for being a shitty person. You know, some people were even questioning like what was his motives behind it, though. What made him all of a sudden wanting to actually do this? You know. And I don't know if there's really a clear answer to it, because I would say what some people might think but I don't want to like misinterpret or send false information. I really don't want to do that. So for this part of the story, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm just gonna say that basically both YouTubers got their channels shut down, and I think Chet Goldstein, I think he's trying to come back, but it hasn't been successful. But with EDP, oh no, now this is the part that we got to talk about. Ever since his fall to fame, right? Ever since he got into this situation, yeah, nobody wants him back on the platform, and rightfully so. Why would they want to just accept that everything is okay when it really isn't? It's pathetic, honestly, because yes, I'm not joking when I say this. There are actually people out there that defend him even after the shit that he did, which is horrible. Honestly, I don't understand that. I mean, I'm just gonna say if you defend what he's doing, I'm just gonna say you're a pedophile. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it, okay? Because it makes no sense. Why would you defend someone that basically almost committed a crime? And there's a lot of evidence of it and everything like that, even though it never really went through. I don't really understand that. So yeah, you did have like groups of people that wanted him to come back, but obviously a majority of YouTubers, they're smart enough to understand, no, he shouldn't come back. He should learn, what he should understand what he tried to do was wrong, and move on with his life. Even though he didn't get caught, move on with your life. Just don't be on the internet, because without a doubt you're going to get harassed like crazy on the internet anyway. You're not going to be able to do anything. If you're labeled as a sexual predator, my dude, go away. That's basically the mindset everybody had. And obviously with YouTube, of course, like I said, they deleted his channel, and they also did delete Goldstein's channel. But like I said, he's been trying to make a comeback, but I don't know how far that has gone. A lot of people basically stopped talking about him, but everyone's talking about EDP because now he's pretty much down the rabbit hole for sure. He's been trying to find like a job. Apparently, people's been like under the radar. Basically, they've been like watching him, they watching his every movements, and so I mean, yeah, I get it. Okay, he got away with what he did, so it kind of makes sense that people are pretty concerned. I mean, obviously, we don't want like stalking territory. Obviously, that's just weird. But what ended up happening was, well, because he had like millions of subscribers on his YouTube channel, and obviously you're going to get that monetization, right? Most likely he was earning a lot of his earnings and his money from his YouTube channel. So now that it's gone, he doesn't really know what to do. He's not really making the smartest decisions, if that makes sense, right? And honestly, the fact that he had so much money though with his channel, so how the hell did he wasted all that, and now he's struggling because he's out here trying to find a job and everything? But then this is the interesting part too. He sorry, sorry about that. Uh, Basically, he's been trying to go around, and like apparently he had like an Uber. He was actually driving an Uber at one point. But then eventually his past got to the best of him, and then he got fired. Basically, they let him go. And there's speculations too. There's rumors about some of the jobs he tried to apply for, but they haven't really been proven, if it really did happen or not. Because some people are saying that he tried to apply at like Chuck E. Cheese or something, and it's like, okay, that's a bit too much, right? For a person who basically tried to, commit a sexual act with a child, and he's going to work at a place which primarily has children in it. Yeah, no way. That would that was never gonna happen. Let's be real, guys. That's just ridiculous. And there's other stuff too. I mean, it's like I say, it's mostly just like theories and accusations. There haven't really been proven, but the things that have been proven for sure is that, well, he's pretty much broke. He got nothing else to do. He's been trying to make like a comeback on the internet, and he did try making like different YouTube accounts and whatever. He tried to make one, it got shut down, and apparently he made a third one. But people don't know if that third one actually existed, because apparently it might have probably gotten deleted that quick, as soon as he made it. I don't know. I don't know how much YouTube is on top of that, because often YouTube makes a lot of mistakes, like when they sided with Quantum TV, even though he's a shitty person, and how, you got a lot of the other drama going on too. I don't want to talk about that, obviously. I just want to focus on this one, because like the more off topic I get, like the more we lose the focus, if that makes sense. I'm trying my best, guys. All right. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, he's trying, all right. He's trying because he tried to go on obscure websites that no one's even heard of, like Bigo. Like there's that clip of him on Bigo where someone's like, "Hey, EP, I'm your fan," stuff like that, and then he's like on a live chat. And because he's a pig, every time he eats, he freaking eats with his mouth open. So you just hear him munching on that, and every time people try to talk to him, he can't even hear you. And he's like, "Well, why do you go to this app?" And then he's like, "Oh, what was that?" And then everyone's like, "Bigo, why'd you came to Bigo? What the fuck is Bigo? No, Bigo. Oh, you mean Bigo? And then eventually they pretty much just said it. This guy, he was like, "Man, Eve, you could find some bad bitches out here, man." And Eve, he's like kind of joking around. And the next thing the guy's like, "Oh, so you don't want that, but you want little kids?" And then EDV is like, "Block him, he's gone." And it's pretty obvious that a lot of people, I wouldn't say troll, but I guess that does count as trolling pretty much, right? They just kind of hate watch him basically because of what he did. And yeah, that is pretty terrible. But then the other problem too is that you're giving him attention. So it's like, I don't think he really cares at this point, which is not good, obviously, because you can't escape from that. That's going to forever chase after you because, well, let's be real, folks. When you get charged for something, for a crime that big, for the rest of your life, you had to sign up as a sex offender. You would never get a job, So the fact that there is proof that he was gonna do it and then he hasn't been arrested, that's even worse because now everywhere you go, people are gonna turn you down no matter what, and it's like, no. Like, I'm sorry, bro. You ruined your life, basically. That's what happened, though. He doesn't want to face it. He doesn't want to face the reality of it, but he ruined his life for sure. So, the least he can do is, like, maybe, I don't know, confess to what he did, maybe get some help because he's been known for talking to minors online. I don't know what's going to fix it at this point because he keeps making it worse. He keeps trying to come back on the internet. But nobody wants him back though, rightfully so. I don't get it. And then the same thing goes. Same thing goes for like TikTok. TikTok is the most cringiest app on like of just all time. I don't think that's an opinion type thing. I think everybody could agree. The most ridiculous and egregious things come from that website. And even throughout its lifespan, it has nothing but controversy. There was that time where this kid in Brazil, he apparently did a video of himself offing himself basically, and it somehow ended up on TikTok. I don't know how though. I don't know how you film and I don't want to say it because YouTube has an issue with that. I don't know how that works. And then of course you got the whole infamous like people putting on makeup and then they're pretending like they're people, they're like Jewish people from heaven, and then the angels are like, "Oh, well, how'd you got here?" And then they were like, "Oh, I got killed by gas chambers." And it's like, why though? Why would you make a video like that? And that was like a trend apparently at one point. And then of course we all know the most recent one, Devious Licks, the one where idiots would literally like go into the bathrooms and like steal the toilet bowls, steal the urinals, steal the sinks. And it eventually it did expand upon that. It wasn't just bathrooms, it was other stuff too. But that became such a huge problem. Not only do you need the money to fix that, it's also a problem for everybody else. If you need to take a shit, you couldn't because these idiots were literally stealing this stuff. I guess for the TikTok clout, I have no idea. Why would you want to steal something like that? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know why you would want to do that. The whole point I'm trying to make is TikTok is garbage, but it's popular, obviously, though. People go on that because they like it, I guess. I don't know. There's some good memes on there. There are some good accounts on there. I won't lie about that. So I'm not trying to talk shit entirely. Okay. I know that there are good people on there that make good content, unlike everybody else. And not to mention, that's the relevancy behind EDP and TikTok is that when he made his platform there, it was really popular and a lot of people were like, "Hey, and we're glad you're back." Yeah, and it's like, do they know about what happened though, or are they just turning a blind eye? Are they pretending that the stuff that he didn't happen? I don't understand. Why would you want to side with him still? I will never understand that because that was a problem for a while. It's like, nobody really wants him back online, and yet you got these idiots praising him because they don't know any better. It's TikTok. What do you expect? There's actually been people that's been proven that they've done some pretty bad stuff and they're still on the platform anyway. So of course it makes sense that TikTok is not going to really do anything about it. They're just going to sit on their asses and then just pretend that nothing's wrong when there clearly is. Although the good news behind that story is that eventually his account was deleted. So good. Okay, he could stay away now. But now, what's the other problem? He keeps trying to come back on YouTube, and okay, happy ending. I think this is what I've been hearing. He tried to make another YouTube channel, basically, and for a while he was getting away with it, but eventually it did disappear too. But from what I've heard, apparently this isn't a real like YouTube channel he's made. Apparently this was like a backup one he made years ago, and now he's decided to use it, but now it's gone. But still, the fact that he keeps coming back over and over and over again, it is such a tiring practice. Why doesn't this guy just admit that he did something wrong and then just leave already? And then that's the thing too. Like he didn't address it. He was pretty much making fun of people that was talking about him too. That was another common thing. Like I know with Charlie, Moist Critical, Penguin Zero, that's his YouTube name. I remember when he was talking about it, he mentioned that he did make like a TikTok video talking about it, making fun of the whole cupcake situation and all that, but he's since deleted those videos too, talking about it because he's trying his best to really, really stay away from that. He doesn't want people to, I guess, learn about that. I don't know. I mean, it's unavoidable. That's pretty much on the internet by now. You search up his name online, the first thing that's going to pop up is what he tried to do. So you're not really saving yourself here. You're just making it worse. So like I said, I don't know what's gonna fix the situation. I really don't. And honestly, I wanted to talk about this because people have been wanting to know what I think about it for a long time. And I won't lie, when he made the account on TikTok and all that, I wanted to talk about it. I actually do. It just has been something I was thinking about for a while now. But then I was like, why though? Why give this guy attention though? But at least people are smart enough to understand that he shouldn't be around. So luckily he's banned again. But you know, he keeps trying, and it's like just stop. You're not getting anywhere with it, and that's a reality you have to face because when you've been known for doing shit like that and it's been proven real. Obviously, people they're gonna say something, okay, and they're gonna keep saying something until you're completely gone. It's like with Jay Station, of course. He's a horrible YouTuber. He's done some really shitty stuff. He tries to well, honestly, I don't even want to talk about what he tried to do because that to me, I feel like that's like giving him attention. But his channel's gone too, basically. He would basically cash in on like famous people that have died and all that. Though he even made a video talking about how his girlfriend died, even though it turned out to be untrue. So, luckily he's gone and nobody talks about him no more, which is great. But, still, like I say, what's going to fix it? I have no clue. I don't. I really don't. Hopefully, people want this to end, and so do I. So hopefully one day it will. Okay, hopefully one day we can finally move on. We don't got to talk about this guy no more. That's all I got to say. And yeah, that's about it. That ends it right there. I've pretty much gave my opinion on the situation. I basically told you this little mini story about his weird life so far, so we could finally end it there. So yeah, so what am I gonna do for my next YouTube video? I lost my words for a second. What to expect next time, right? Because I know I've been pretty on and off lately, which is not a good thing, but I think everything will be okay, right? Yeah, I definitely got to start doing more of the toy reviews and all that. I've been honestly dying to do the Spider-Man toy reviews. I really want to. But I'm still gonna take it slow and review like the Ultraman stuff instead because I'm a huge Ultraman fan, of course. Why wouldn't I be? As for the Ninja Turtle stuff, I do want to get on that too because I mean, come on, they can't just be sitting there forever. They need to have like a nice review. Eventually, it has to come to that point, right? And I've been wanting to do gaming for a while, but my Wi-Fi has been acting up lately. I'm still trying to fix it. It's with my PS4. I have no idea. It's like if I try to sync to the network, it gets like an error or whatever. I don't know. It's been like that for a while now, and I didn't pay too much mind to it because I was just playing my games as usual. But now if I want to upload something or if I even want to check my trophies, I can't even do that because it just pops out as an error. So I'm like, you know what? Let me fix that stuff before I can really go and do anything. Because if I want to continue making good videos, I need to get my shit together. So yeah. So for the next toy review, if I remember, I think it was going to be Antelar. I did mention that in my last video that I forgot to make a thumbnail for, which is not good. Yeah, because no one's gonna click on a picture of just me unless there's some relevance to it. So yeah, until then, I hope you guys stay safe out there as always. Watch out for those cupcake enthusiasts out there. That's a meme. All right, calm down. Not everyone that's gonna offer you a cupcake is a pedo, but I'm just saying, you never know. You really never know. Especially in this really weird, shitty world we live in. So if you guys like what you saw, leave a like and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and check in once in a while. All right, I do my videos random. I try to keep it consistent, but honestly, I think it's just all over the place. There's no real proper like when is this or when is that gonna come out. Even when I upload my videos too, they do kind of upload at random times. So for an example, this video, I'm doing it right now in the morning, but it might come out later at night. So just be prepared because YouTube is stupid like that. Or who knows, maybe it's going to be ready to watch. I don't know. Yeah, so till then, yeah. Hopefully the next videos I'll do won't be something this serious because I don't like to do serious videos like these. But like I said, we have to kind of face it sometimes. Some things are just unavoidable, but as long as we just kind of go through it and then close it, it's okay. We can start a new chapter. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. So peace.